Hi everyone, good morning, and thank you for your participation to this first webinar or response to get a solution for positive energy and resilient cities. This first webinar is focused on the first action and the future plan to overcome positive energy districts. So the aim is to present the key activities and results achieved by Lighthouse and Follower cities during the first year of implementation. I just want to give you some remarks. Ines, if you can go to the next slide, please. So as you already see, this webinar is being recorded. You can choose the speaker view in the top right hand corner of the Zoom screen for the best webinar experience. And we kindly ask to all of our speakers to turn off the camera, but of course also the participant can turn off the camera, but please keep your microphone off. And regarding, we will also have a space for a Q&A session that will be based on questions we've written directly in the chat during the presentation. And me as moderator will read, I will read the questions. So just briefly present the agenda, the more detailed agenda. We will have a brief introduction of the project and presentation of the webinar aim from our project coordinator. First, a second slot about the presentation from our Lighthouse cities about the main goals, key activities, and expected results for the coming period of the project. Followed by a 10-minute Q&A session based on the Lighthouse cities presentation. After that, we will have a fellow cities presentation, again, regarding main goals, upcoming activities, and in this case, the expectation for replication. And finally, a closing Q&A session for fellow cities. So now, Ines, if you can go to the next slide, I will give the floor to David, to our project coordinator. Please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this first webinar of the Response Project. This is actually today a special day for us because it's the 1-year anniversary of the project. We started exactly 1 year ago, this project, 1st October 2020. So we are 1 year here. I'm David Goujon and Iris Monjour. We are both the Response Project Coordinator from the European Institute for Energy Research, IFER, in Germany. Together with the consortium members and especially the representative of the 8 cities, we organized this first webinar to share insights on the project's ongoing activities and its vision towards climate neutrality in European cities. The Response Project is part of the H2020 European Union program, in which the European Commission aimed to support the creation of 100 positive energy districts by 2025. To support this goal, the European Union created an innovative program called H2020 Smart Cities and Communities, and it's inside this innovative program that our project was selected in 2020. We have in this project 2 lighthouse cities, so the city of Dijon in France and Turku in Finland, and they are leading this project and are joining the club of ambitious European cities to experiment positive energy districts. Response, which is a complicated acronym, stands for Integrated Solution for Positive Energy and Resilient Cities. This is 53 partners from 13 European countries who came together to test and implement innovative solutions in order to demonstrate positive energy blocks and districts. Around the 2 cities, 2 local ecosystems are formed by partners connected to the implementation. Following the path that those 2 lighthouse cities are drawing, 6 fellow cities are taking part in the project. Those fellow cities are Zaragoza in Spain, Timișoara in Greece, Gabrovo in Bulgaria, Botocan in Romania, Severodonetsk in Ukraine, and Brussels in Belgium. They are all six committed to replicate the solution demonstrated in the lighthouse cities. Both ecosystem and fellow cities' ambition will be presented in more detail today. The ultimate goal of response, as I said, is to create positive energy blocks and districts. To do that, we are going to implement 93 innovative solutions within 5 transformation axes. Those 93 innovative solutions will improve the energy needs at the building level, the local energy supply by decarbonization and smartification of the networks, the network's flexibility working on electricity and on heat storage, and the integration and interconnection of the city's ecosystem. All this will be done with a citizen-centric, resilient, and safe approach. To give you some magnitude, at the end of the implementation of the project solution, so in 2 years from now, the positive energy districts in Dijon and Turku will have more than 11 gigawatt-hour per year of renewable energy harvested. In the positive energy districts, the energy produced will cover more than 120% of the district needs. More than 20 tons of CO2 per year will be saved, and about 350,000 square meters will be impacted by our actions in the fellow cities. I can now leave the floor to the cities for their presentations. Thank you, Alexandre.
Thank you, David, for your brief introduction. I will now we will pass to Dijon and Turku City. From Dijon, we have Jean-Patrick Masson, Anes Hash, and Adrian Rochette, and from Turku, Sini Lamarok. Please, Dijon, we give you the floor. Thank you.
C'est bon? Okay. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Dijon metropolis is an attractive metropolis with 250,000 inhabitants and composed of 23 cities. The city of Dijon is the capital of Burgundy-Franche-Comté region and is located between Paris and Lyon. Dijon is also the capital of Burgundy wine, a very famous French wine. Its center is classified as historical heritage. The city is included in the World Heritage List of UNESCO. Dijon metropolis is highly committed to achieve the necessary energy transition. In 2019, Dijon voted neutral carbon objectives. This objective includes reduction of greenhouse gas emission by 90%, improve energy efficiency by 59%, and increase the share of renewable energy by 69%. Dijon Metropole is even the territory of the future with an ambitious smart city project. The smart metropolis places the management of public space and the earth of new services for citizens and modernizations of public actions. Next, please. Thank you. The both positive energy blocks will emerge in Fontaine-Douche district. A popular district for the municipality, it's very important to develop an ecology for all. The district counts 8,000 inhabitants for 42 different nationalities. It's located 5 kilometers from the city center of Dijon. Its population, the shopping center, the shop, the community center, and the diversity of public services make it a very lively district. It benefits from an exceptional environmental setting. In 2017, the Fontaine-Douche district has been awarded the Eco District label. From 2019 to 2025. A program is planned housing renovations and development of public spaces. 80% of buildings and 2050 are already present on our territory. So it's important to be ambitious on existing buildings and not only on new buildings.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
Dijon has defined ambitious climate change targets. Numerous actions have been realized. To develop renewable energies, Dijon Metropolis is building the fourth largest heating network in France, powered by 70% renewable energies. The largest urban solar park in France, a methanization plant, and more recently, is developing the production of hydrogen with electricity produced by the waste incineration plant to power buses and garbage trucks. Dijon Métropole finances and advises owners and social landlords in the thermal renovation of housing. It engaged the construction of 12 eco-districts. We are also we have, of course, different other actions in the territory. Dijon wishes Dijon wishes to continue the dynamic by innovating further to achieve its objectives. Response will allow Dijon Métropole as a first step to create its first 2 positive energy blocks in an existing neighborhood. The objective is to reduce greenhouse gas emission by 75%, energy consumption by 39%, and to reach 120% of local energy production compared to the consumption of the blocks. The school buildings and the gymnasium will also be monitored for indoor air quality and energy consumption. As the objective cannot be reached without the mobilization and support of residents, many actions will be carried out during the project. Awareness raising in school, support for residents, hackathons, and so on. An ICT platform on air quality, energy, and climate will be created. Its objective is to become a decision support tool for the decision makers of the metropolis, then for the actors of the territory and the inhabitants. A forecasting system for air quality and urban heat island will be developed thanks to the many sensors deployed in the area. Finally, the work on the duplication of solutions will allow Dijon Métropole to build its bold city vision to reach the objective for 2050. Exchanges with other European cities will help enrich it. Next slide, please. During the first year of the project, Dijon Metropolis and its partners have studied the feasibility of each innovative element of the project, risk, and the master planning. One of the social landlords launched the thermal renovation of its buildings in September. The other one, and Dijon City, will launch their thermal renovation at the beginning of the year 2022. A first questionnaire was sent to the inhabitants of the Fontaine-Douche district in July. A lot of interesting information could be analyzed on their understanding of climate issues, their fears, and so on. It's interesting and very important because we are addressing a public that is not very aware of the issues related to climate change. A model of the project has been realized, as well as its digital twin in order to present the project to the inhabitants, to the children, to the students, but also to the partners and in the professional shows. Finally, a lot of work has been done with data providers to be able to collect data automatically, frequently, at the finest possible scale. Next slide, please. Because of the coronavirus, it was very difficult for us to communicate about the project to the inhabitants. That's why we decided to organize 2 weeks of presentation on the project in the neighborhood in November. We want to mobilize the inhabitants by involving them in the different stages of the project. The citizen consultation platform, Civocracy, will be launched during the 2 weeks, where we will present the project to inhabitants, ID box, questionnaires, proposals, videos, votes, articles on the project will be available. The studies on the technical realization of the PEB are well advanced. We should be able to show the first images during the 2 weeks of presentation of the project to the inhabitants. We are taking advantage of the work period to promote the energy transition professions in the building and energy sector throughout the project. Indeed, this sector have great difficulty in recruiting competent personnel, and the training courses created have difficulty in attracting young people. In addition, the Fontaine-Douche district has a high unemployment rate, much higher than the average for Dijon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Johannes. Now we give the floor to Sini from the city of Turku. Please, Sini.
Thank you very much. As Alessandro said, my name is Sini and I work for the city of Turku with the Response project. So today I will take you on a small webinar travel to the Southwest Finland and to our positive energy district. So first, a small introduction about the city Turku. Yeah, you can ask questions in the Q&A. That's something I would like to remind you about for the session we will have after my part. The city of Turku is considered to be the boldest city of Finland or town. Technically, Turku was never founded, but some kind of starting point can be tracked to the year 1229. Turku has a little less than 200,000 inhabitants, and according to movement trends and forecasts, Turku will continue to grow also in the future. The biggest age group of the population in Turku are young adults between the age of 19 to 29, and they make up around 20% of the city's population. A natural explanation for that is that Turku is a bilingual university city with 6 universities. We have, for example, Finland's only Swedish-speaking university located in Turku. Because of our location in the southwest coast of Finland, Turku is also a natural logistical center for the Baltic Sea region. For example, during a normal year, we have almost 4 million passengers coming and going through our port. For example, you can reach Stockholm by ferry from Turku. It's a 12-hour boat ride, and it goes through our archipelago, which we are also known for. Our archipelago consists of around 40,000 islands and islets. And here on the picture on this slide, you can see the river Aura, which runs through the city. Next slide, please. So I already mentioned the year 1229, which means that in 2029, the city of Turku will celebrate its 800th birthday. But that is not the only thing we hope to celebrate that year. The city of Turku has set a goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2029 and climate positive from that year onwards. Climate positive means that the city binds more carbon compared to what is generated. This objective is set by our city's SECAP, meaning Sustainable Energy and Climate Action Plan. The main actions for achieving these goals are increasing the share of renewables in district heating and electricity production, increasing overall energy efficiency, and of course, promoting sustainable mobility. The next, please. Okay, so what do we in Turku expect from the Response project? Well, first of all, and maybe one of the most tangible expectations is to have a positive energy district. And I will talk a bit more about it in the following slides. We also expect to have increased awareness of sustainable energy production, consumption on all levels. We wish to have incentives for local replication of the innovations and activities that we will produce within the project, and have increased partnerships with local stakeholders. Next, please. Okay, so the Turku Positive Energy District. The core of our PED, the district, is the student village area. The student village is maintained by the Student Village Foundation, called TYS in short. It's a Finnish shortening. And the first buildings built by TYS were already built in the 60s. So this is an area with long traditions of student housing. So, and as it says here on the third bullet point, it's also the largest single student housing complex in Finland. It's a little under 1 square kilometer, and in 2020, there were a little under 5,000 dwellings, and a bit above 6,000 inhabitants. And this will increase because TYS, the Student Village Foundation, have continuous plans for expanding their offer of dwellings. And this one of the most significant buildings in this PED is part of this response project in many ways. So in general about our district, it's in the proximity of the city center. You can walk or bike easily within 10 minutes if you're quick. And apart from the student village, we also have other types of residential, commercial, and tertiary buildings. And here on the picture, you can see, oh, if you go back, yeah, thank you. So on this picture, on this slide, you can see parts of the older buildings of the student village. But if you look to the horizon, there is something bluish, and that's one of the newer buildings that will be finished by the end of the year, which is part of the response project. So now please, the next slide. Yes, so here you see the location, or this is a part of our PED, and you see this new building, which will be, or it's already there, but it will be finished by the end of the year. Next slide, please. Okay, so what were our key activities in the first year of the project? Well, we have had so many meetings about everything you could possibly imagine. And of course, because of COVID, most of them have been online meetings. And I wrote here, plan the plan, because that's what we have done the first year. We have planned for the coming years of this project. Then on the second picture, I have student mentor activities. So we have response student mentors that live in our positive energy district. And their role in the project is to spread awareness and engage the tenants on a grassroots level. So this is a picture from when they organized a energy-related treasure hunt for tenants. What we have done as well is organized an air quality site visit during the summer. And that was the first physical site visit that we organized within the project. And we hope to organize more, and we will as well. And on the fourth picture, you can see one of our PEBs, so positive energy buildings, which I already mentioned. Next slide, please. So here on this slide, I have listed a selection of upcoming activities. There are a lot more, but these are some of the activities. So we will have retrofitting of ventilations and window and thermal control scheduled for spring, installation of bifacial solar panels. We will also have automated driving pilots happening in the student village with robot cars. Then we will install vehicle-to-grid charging stations. We will develop an air quality journey planner app. And we will also organize social and technical hackathons. So what do we expect? We expect high quality of life and comfort for the residents of our positive energy district. We hope to have successful piloting and testing of different innovations, well-functioning e-mobility services, increased awareness of energy consumption, because that's very connected to achieve energy positivity. And I already mentioned about replication and partnerships and cooperation. I think that was it for my part, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Shini, for your presentation. Thank you to both you and Dijon for your perspective, to show your respective experience and expectation. We will now open 10 minutes Q&A session. I see that we already have one question from Maria Beatrice Andreucci for both Dijon and Turku. Maria asked what about the gaps identified by Dijon and Turku in the process toward PED. So if our cities would like to answer, just raise your hands and I will give you the word.
Yes, for Dijon side, perhaps we can say, I think between Turku and Dijon, we are around the same stage in the project. The first year was more focused on the master planning and studies for the different solutions. For the PBs in Dijon, we have finished the studies for the different solution, and now we will start to develop the solution in the PBs. As I said, we started to
renewable energy share.
No, yeah, no.
Renewal.
Thermal renovation, sorry. We start thermal renovation in September in the district. And after that, we will develop all the solution. The main important part of the solution before the end of the year 2022.
Yeah, right.
See?
Yeah, I will answer for Turku's part. So a gap that we can already, I wouldn't say tangibly identify, but if we think about the energy positivity, we have made plans and we have calculations for how to reach energy positivity with the measures and innovations and infrastructure that will be deployed. But we have expectations and reality, and the gap could be that the reality will not work out as we have planned, and that could have repercussions for our positivity percentage. So that's, I'm not saying there's a gap, but we have to identify the risks for that gap to come to be able to mitigate, of course. I hope that answers a bit.
Thank you, Sini. We also have another question for you from Paloma Bosman. Paloma is asking about social and technical hackathons. So what is this? What are they?
The hackathon's role is to take an innovation or a problem or something that we will deploy within the project and have participants in the hackathons bring some added value to it. So we could, this is just an example, I'm not saying it will happen, but as an example, we will have we will develop within the project an application for air quality journey planning. And we could organize a social hackathon in which the problem or case will be how to get people to use this app. What are the ingredients we will need? And the same thing goes for technical. So we can take a technical problem and organize a hackathon around it, or we will organize. But we have not really set exactly yet, which is also an advantage. So we can take signals and organize a contest for people to solve them.
Thank you, Sini. There is another question still from Paloma about the students. So about if do the students pay their own energy bills? Just reading, will they know how much they are saving through good habits?
If I remember correctly, the energy is a set price that is included in the rent. If I'm wrong, maybe there is someone that could correct me by writing in the chat. But we have something coming up. Like we will of course get the data, but it will not be visible in their bill. If that answers the question.
Thank you very much. Any other question, please? We still have time, so I don't know if there are other questions for our speakers. If not, perhaps we can go to the next slot. So for the presentation by fellow cities, so we have for the city of Brussels, we have Lia Klinikonen from Zaragoza, Paloma Bosman from Botusani Hor Axinte, from Ptolemaida Sotiris Ioviris, and from Gabrovo, Desislava Koleva, and from Zevron Desk, Tetiana Vilobordova. Thank you. Ines, can you please go to the next slide? Thank you. So, Lia, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thanks. Yeah, I work for the city of Brussels, as Alessandro said. So we have only 5 minutes as a fellow city, so I'll be very brief. So I think, yeah, I don't really need to introduce much about Brussels. I think most of you have an understanding of it, and it's, as you know, it's the capital of Belgium and also of Europe. What is maybe a little less known is that the city of Brussels is one of 19 municipalities that make up the Brussels capital region. And you can see here on the slide the little strange shape of the city of Brussels in blue within the capital region. And we have 185,000 inhabitants in a region that counts about 1.2 million. The city of Brussels as an entity, as an organization, is engaging also for the whole territory in a profound urban organizational and digital transformation at the moment. And the Positive Energy District is one of the flagship projects that combines all these transformations pretty neatly. Next slide, please. On the next slide, you can see kind of the contrast between the previous picture from the city center and our Positive Energy District, our future Positive Energy District. It's very close to the city center, as you can see on the pictures. It's where the yellow dot is. It's a 10-minute walk from the city center. Houses one of the biggest train stations in Belgium, and as you see on the picture, there's a variety of different buildings and also consequentially of people. So there's a big business district with a lot of high-rise office buildings, but also lots of private housing that's not in the best state, also social housing. And at the same time, at the moment, there's a lot happening in this district, a lot of private sector, but also public sector ambition to transform the district to make it better. So there's a big potential, and that's also why one of our partner in the project, in the response project at the local level, is the association of the building owners of the office buildings up for North. So we work with them in the framework of this project. Next slide, please. So what we expect from response is really a big boost for the development of our Positive Energy District. We're still at the beginning, but the ambitions are high. Very concretely, we want to perform feasibility studies and replication plans to see which innovative elements from the lighthouse cities we can introduce in Brussels. We also, together with our local partner, we want to launch several pilot projects in the coming years. I'm going to say a few words about this, and then also draw lessons from the project to further develop our ambitious city vision for 2050 that's already in the process of being developed at the moment. So upcoming activities, like Sini, I had to make a selection because there's a lot going on. We also work with a lot of partners, because there's another European project that works on the Positive Energy District with other partners. Some of them are here today. So basically, we consider this as one big chunk of activities, or like on the Positive Energy District. So we're working with some of the partners to establish a local energy community, potentially in a social housing block in the district. Then we're also looking into using the innovative solutions, especially from the response project, for the refurbishment or new buildings of office buildings, and also some exemplary public buildings in the district. We're looking into feasibility study for a district heat-cold network, and potentially installation of this network, because we don't have one yet in this district. We're also looking into the renovation of the private housing stock, how we can speed this up and facilitate it. And there, the region of Brussels is also very interested. It's a hot topic at the moment. In terms of mobility, one of the pilot projects you would like to implement together with Up for North, our local partner, is sustainable, potentially electric shuttles in the district that can bring commuters from the train station to the office buildings, because that's done in a very inefficient way at the moment. So these are more like the concrete actions, and then we're also working on different tools to help us achieve this, that are more transversal. So one of them is like basically using technologies and digital solutions to collect a lot of data, like among other things, energy data on the district, so that we actually know what the consumption, what the production is, what future projections are, to make projections on the district and simulations to see what solutions we could implement where. So there we are looking into a district dashboard and or a digital twin for the area, so that that would also help us then monitor and see how positive we are in the end and how to get there. And then another big chunk of our work is, of course, the coordination with all the stakeholders in the district. So there we have already launched with partners a coordination platform, what we call a coordination platform for the district, that brings together the different stakeholders and also coordinates the links with the ongoing developments. As I said, there's already a lot going on independently from the positive energy developments. So this is something that we have already started, but we will continue working on it. And so what we expect concretely from the replication, from the project, is really to identify the most appropriate technological solutions and prepare the implementation with the experiences from the lighthouse cities, and yeah, also concretely identify how we can finance these solutions, and then obviously learn from all the involved cities. I think you've already seen, and you'll see that there's a lot going on in all the cities, and we can learn a lot from each other. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leah. Just kindly remind to our participants that they can put your questions in the chat, and they will be answered after at the end of the presentation. I will give the floor now to Zaragoza, to Paloma, please. Thank you very much. You are muting. You're mute, Paloma.
Okay, that's it. I think you can hear me now. Zaragoza is the 5th largest city in Spain. We have 700,000 inhabitants, and we signed a covenant of mayors, and we are producing energy in 40%. Well, the plan is 100% of our own energy demand will be satisfied through renewables in 4 years' time. That's like main goals, and this big issue is going to be achieved through public transport fleet electrification that is now starting, rollout of pedestrian and bicycle access to all the city, and of course through absorption of CO2 through a reforestation plan that is called the Forest of the Citizens. That could be like our main issues in the city. Could you pass next one, please? What we expect from response is to accelerate the rate of renovation in the city towards 3%. That is the rate that Europe is promoting. We are under 1% of rehabilitation rate. We also want to promote the circular economy and green economy through promoting local companies in the sector of electrical vehicles, refurbishment, renewables, including all the stakeholders, to promote employment too. We want to reduce the energy costs for vulnerable people. We have like little programs to try to help them to refurbish their houses, but we want a strategy towards vulnerable people to be included in our next years. And of course, digitalize the neighborhoods, regain the green urban space of the city. As I told you before, we have a starting plan that is called the Forest of the Citizens of Zaragoza, with more than 700,000 new trees that are going to be planted in all the city. We want to refurbish public buildings for energy production. That's what we want to learn too. We have little experience in this issue, and promote sustainable and smart mobility through the electrical vehicle in the plan. Next one, please. The upcoming activities that we're going to promote is a study on the public space in one of the places we are going to act with response in a district that is called Balsas de Ebro Viejo, that we want to transform in positive energy district. We want to also define other districts that can be positive energy district in the city, because Balsas is one of 21 little districts that have the same the same characteristics, the same issues with the same problems. We want the response to be part of our urban agenda for 2030, including our future strategy on positive energy districts. As I told you before, we are promoting the forest of Zaragozanos, of the citizens. We have an experience of solar neighborhood with a public building that is producing energy towards the neighbors next to the building. And we want to integrate this practice with the response experience in order to promote energy production in the first district, at least in Balsas de Roviejo. And we are going to install between 50 and 60 charging points for electrical vehicles in the city. And of course, we want to replicate the successful experience in response about public space intervention and how to engage and how to scale the strategy from small experiences that we have to a district strategy. We want to know about the technical state of art in the positive energy districts and how to integrate the energy production with green layers and how to replicate the solar neighborhoods in future districts in the city. We want to get experience from data management. We have several platforms in the town hall, and the town hall is making a big effort to reach the data and to protect them. We think that it's quite an issue to balance between innovative urban apps and the privacy that you have to keep with the citizens. And we also want to learn about management models, how to integrate public and private partnerships, because for us that's a crucial point. And that will be everything from Zaragoza. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paloma, for your presentation. Now is the time of the city of Botosani. I will give the floor to Gheorghe. Please, Gheorghe. Thank you very much.
Hello. The city of Botosani is located in the northern region of Romania, in Moldova. It's the region of the Moldova is one of the poorest in Romania. So we can compare with the bigger city, which have bigger funds to achieve many other projects in making their cities or their districts greener. But we managed to keep our projects and to do a lot of work in going in that direction. Our population is for a medium-sized city is about 125,000 inhabitants, and we have a density of 3,000 person per square kilometer. In 2011, we were nominated the greenest city at the middle-sized city category. We tried to stay green since then. Next, please. So we try to invest in the central heating system. And now through European project, we have modernized our heating system 100%. But we are using gas or oil for heating the apartments in our city. Although we are modernized, we have about 40 or 50% of the apartments connected to that system, and the people is poorly informed about this kind of system and why should they be connected to the system instead of having individual heating systems. We are interested in district heating flexibility, optimizing the network control and managing by adding green technology and by modernizing the supply system. So every person who is using all kind of systems to be more precise in and being more accurate in using their own and this central heating system. We are trying to access funds for renovating our private apartments, buildings from the national level, so we can be more greener, I think, I hope. And next slide, please. We now have, due to the lack of information of our population, we did have some difficulties completing the questionnaire. We are finding out the last ones right now, and we are a little behind of to this stage. We are starting the innovative ideas presenting in the projects. We are starting to work on the replication program, law plan. We try to inform the citizen about the benefits of the becoming more conscious about the energy we use and the consumption of the energy we use. And that's kind of all from Botoșani.
Thank you very much, Georg. Now is turn of Ptolemaida. I will give the floor to Sotiris, please. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Sotiris Jovairis, and I represent the city of Ptolemaida in Response Project. Ptolemaida is a city in northern Greece, and it's a part of the municipality of Eordea in the region of Western Macedonia. The total population of Eordea is about 45,000 residents, and the city of Ptolemaida is about 32,000 residents and covers an occupied area of 57,508 square meters. The population in 2011 was 45,545 residents. Next slide, please. About the city. The city's location is on a strategic place of Greece, northwest, as a transport hub. And we must say that until 3 years ago was the energy core of Greece. Now, the main challenge of our area is the transition to a viable post-coal period, maintaining jobs and population. The power plants in the area once produced more than 70% of Greece's total electrical power by lignite fire. We have annual temperature range of Ptolemaida in 7 degrees, and we have the record of for the lowest temperature of Greece, minus 27.8 degrees of Celsius. I must say that we have hot summers, but winters are the coldest in Greece. Next slide. What the city of Ptolemaida expects from response. Because in all area of Eordea and the Western Macedonia is the change to another economical model. We expect promotion of RES usage, implementation of smart cities solutions, energy efficient in various sectors like transportation, district heating, of course, reduction of city CO2 emissions, energy upgrade of existing building stock, and alternative solutions that may assist in the transition to a post-coal period. Next slide, please. Upcoming activities is the first upcoming district heating flexibility and optimizing network control and management. Conventional retrofitting, extensive insulation repairs, LED lighting, and replacement of radiators, building operation systems and predictive thermostats, click-and-go facade system coupled with color vertical photovoltaics, and industrial hot water buffer tanks. What are the expectations for replications? Demonstration of novel solutions that enable the transformation, decarbonization of networks, supporting coal-based regions in transition, energy efficiency of buildings, lower energy consumption, and the reduction of CO2 emissions, proper energy management of buildings, lower energy consumption, energy upgrade of buildings, promotion of alternative RE solutions, and alternative solution for the district heating network, which is largely based on the steam produced from lignite-fired power plants and network customer security. Next slide. What are the general gains expectation for our participation in response? We separate the expectation in mid-term and long-term replication. About the mid-term expectations, district cooling networks development in conjunction with RES, 5G network usage for environmental and quality parameters in combination with smart cities mobile application, self-contained photovoltaic stands and benches for lighting, charges, and informational scopes, and privately owned building transformation towards near zero emission buildings characteristics. About the long-term application expectations, legislation transformation to incorporate actions such as photovoltaic canopies over public open areas or some streets, electrical grid growth in order to implement not only grid to vehicle, but also vehicle to grid capabilities. Thank you. That's it for Tolmaida.
Thank you very much, Sotiris, for your presentation. I give you the floor now to the next city, which is the city of Gabrovo. Mr. Desislava, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Gabrovo city and Gabrovo municipality were exactly situated in the north central region of Bulgaria, and it's a municipality of one big city, the district city, and 133 villages around. The population is around 66 at the moment, 1,000 people, but we are also managing the whole district where we have more than 120,000 people living in the district. But what is the most important, we are very industrial, we are the technological heart of Bulgaria, and in fact we have operating more than 3,600 companies in 3 industrial zones. The Gabrovo is the pioneer of energy efficiency in energy planning in Bulgaria, establishing the municipal network of eco energy in early 1997. And what is important for us is that we are leaders also in energy policies and influence on governmental level in respect to all smart and innovative solutions implemented in our plans. We are members of the Covenant of Mayors since 2013. And now we are working on the new SECAP, and we achieved our goals of SEAP for 24% reduction of CO2 emissions. You can go to the next slide, and I will speak exactly what Gabrovo is expecting from response, reminding you that our positive energy district is on a territory of 1.5 square kilometers, covering about 10,000 inhabitants, and with identified 3 public buildings, including the biggest sport hall, the second biggest in Bulgaria, the administrative building of the municipality with the square and the central part of the city, and also one polyclinic, which is very important because this is the second biggest in Gabrovo city. Also, we implemented the national retrofitting program for multifamily buildings, and we had 37 buildings already renovated. But in this project, we will try to include also very important integrated solutions for energy management systems, combining public and private buildings. That's why we have also one big residential building included into the project. Our ambition as a municipality is to stay green, innovative, and smart, and we have been awarded as a Green Leaf City 2021. Regarding the expectations from response project is following and replicating the smart solutions from the smart cities, Lighthouse cities. We want to stimulate innovations and enhance investment in energy efficiency into the municipality, and also sharing this best practice with other municipalities in Bulgaria, because our mayor is a chair mayor of the Council of Eco Energy Network, and through the integration of renewable energy sources, we want to achieve the new goal and our vision for which is the Europe Vision 2050, and we already signed the new goals of Covenant of Mayors, where we want to put renewable sources as a source not only for public buildings, but also in the area of public transport, in the area of industrial zones, where we want to push companies to make new projects, joint projects for carbon neutral industrial zones, and we are working also on this. Integration of smart energy management system is already ongoing in Gabrovo. We had executed a project, implemented a project with 3 public buildings, which are now into the system, and we want to enlarge this project with another buildings, especially this mentioned in the positive energy district. What is important, we are also now on the execution of a contract for street public lighting in the city, and we want to implement new solutions also in the zone reflected to energy management system to connect street lighting also with the buildings. And the most important, increasing the capacity of all stakeholders into the municipality, especially in regard to energy policies. Next slide, please. What we have done already, I have mentioned some of the things, but we are on the stage when we had identified stakeholders for our work on response project, and we have done already the questionnaires. We are already shared the results with the management team. What is important following the solutions from White House cities, we started already to think about the replication plan. And in order to increase awareness, we are planning workshops with all stakeholders and citizens and business in order to know more about the needs of companies, and into the area of positive energy district, all stakeholders are engaged. I will say that a response project is fully aligned with our planning of SECAP, and so the activities we will plan in our replication plan will be fully settled into the plan of SECAP. And what is important, smart building solutions into buildings connected to different kind of PV systems on the facade, click and go facade, pergola, and different kind of pergola and on PV, based on PV for the administrative building. Also, we are talking about integrated system for monitoring of traffic, air quality, and water in the district. And we have started already this in another areas of the city, and we can share our experience with you. E-charging systems for e-vehicles, because we already implemented the first stage of our transport project, and we bought 3 electric buses, and we are on the stage of development of new e-charging system in the central part of the city and also into the industrial zones. And you can go to the next slide. This is the end, but I can say that our expectations are very big, and we want to, unfortunately, the 4th wave of COVID-19 is now running in Bulgaria, which make organization of events and awareness raising very impossible at the moment, but probably till the end of October we will have better chance to start with this organization. We expect the whole project response, all the partners to be together physically and to see at place Turku and Dijon plans in action. That will be very important for fellow cities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lava, for your presentation. I give now the floor to our last presentation from the city of Severodonetsk. Perhaps Ines, we have to solve a technical problem, right? Because I can't see the presentation yet. Just give us 1 minute. Sorry for this. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Ines. Please, Tatiana. Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandra. Hello, everyone. I'm Tatiana, and I present the city of Severodonetsk in response project. And now I want to talk you a little bit about our city. Currently, Severodonetsk is the acting administrative center of Lugansk region, and it's located in the east of Ukraine. Severodonetsk now has the status of a city of regional significance, and it's one of the most important industrial cities now and in Ukraine and in Luhansk region. It is the center of chemical, construction and industrial making industries. And it is also a major transport hub. The city is located at 4 transport interchanges. There are 821 multi-story buildings. In Severodonetsk is the district with private buildings, and there are many public buildings too, and near Severodonetsk located 22 enterprises. Population of the city is approximately 100,000, and there are many education institutions, 2 universities, 3 institutes, 1 college, 21 comprehensive schools, and 60 kindergarten. Next slide, please. What we are expect from response? The main expectation from response project is an elaboration of city replication strategies to implement relevant innovative solutions, innovative elements to enhance achieving City Bold Vision 2050. And we expect that this strategy will be like a foundation for set up of city of Severodonetsk. Also, we expect for interaction with Lighthouse and other lighthouse cities and other fellow cities for sharing information on ongoing innovative elements and innovative solutions implementation, on technical and financial feasibility studies of this one. We are expect for interaction using sources proposed by response partners, workshops, webinars, and I want to say that recently on the one of this event organized by the response partners, we met with our colleague from Ukraine and his work in a similar project which are directed to positive energy city and positive energy district, and he is from Lviv. Their project was started earlier than response, and I think it will be interesting to communicate with our colleague, with our partners, and I hope we can share some information and maybe experience. I hope, I am waiting, I expect for experience changes. And also we expect for citizens and stakeholders engagement to increase awareness of sustainable energy, to find partnership, and as well we expect for experience and results by implementation of positive energy district, which can help to reduce carbon emission. Next slide, please. And the main of our upcoming activities in response project is the elaboration of roadmaps for city replication plan, phase 1. Also, we organized a public lecture cycle towards a positive energy city. The first lecture was held on September 10, 2021 at the Volodymyr Dal East Ukraine National University. And from our team, the member of our team, Professor Halina Tatarchenko, gave a public lecture to the student, and we hope that it will be like a way to get knowledge about response project ideas and can help participants to know something new, to know what innovative technologies can be used towards a positive energy city and what aspects is important in this way. And it is also like a way to obtain, to get feedback from citizens and maybe stakeholders. And one of upcoming activities now is analysis of citizen and stakeholders questionnaires, and we will try to understand how their image Severodonetsk as a positive energy city and what will be interesting for them. And what we are waiting for application? No, at first, we are waiting for identification and evaluation, the possibility to exploit ongoing lighthouse city projects in the city of Severodonetsk. We are waiting to attract citizens, especially young people, to the sustainable buildings and smart city innovative technologies. We are waiting for citizens' feedback about their vision of the positive energy city, and we are waiting for possible future partnership with potential stakeholders who will be interested in innovative solutions, innovative elements, and can implement there in the Severodonetsk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tatiana, for your presentation. I will open our last slot for a Q&A session for our fellow cities. We already have one question from Hadian to Zaragoza. Just reading the question. Zaragoza is at 100% RES in 2025. What is the share of RES production and energy consumption in 2019, or the last time you check it?
At the present, currently, we have, the city has 56% of our energy is green. We have like 14 aeolic parks located in a distance between 20 and 80 kilometers from the center of the city. And 4 of these 14 are very close to the city. We have a lot of wind and sun. But the plan of 100% of green energy is going to come through a power purchase agreement. The town hall expects to buy energy to renewable producers, local renewable producers that they are located close to the city. And that's how we are going to try to achieve this 100% of green energy.
Thank you, Paloma. Are there any other questions from our cities, from the public? You can write down in the chat. If no, I don't know if Monsieur David want to say something about to close the webinar, or to, I don't know, to.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to especially thank all the speakers who has presented today. I will probably sum up what we have discussed and what we have learned very quickly. First of all, one of our lighthouse cities, Dijon, I thank to Joe Patrick Masso, one is Kode Ashe for their presentation. But there are 2 PEDs that will be implemented in Dijon, and these are mainly focusing on digital technologies, improving the air quality, and to achieve the Dijon's smart city goals. So we have completed 1 year, and we have 4 years to go, and we think that the solutions, which are very challenging, will be implemented, and it will be possible to reach the Dijon's ambitions of smart cities. Then Sini Lamore from the city of Turku presented the current state of the implementation of different solutions in the Turku ecosystem and what will be achieved. And with the response project, we would like to help the city to reach the climate neutrality by 2029, at least within the PEDs, that 1 PED basically with different blocks we're working on. And one of the goals that she has mentioned is to increase the awareness of the sustainable energy, especially within the student districts, and also piloting different innovations so that the quality of life of the citizens increased a lot. Then Leah Klein and Kuchen then presented on behalf of the city of Brussels. As you know, we have 6 fellow cities where the innovative ideas, solutions, technologies will be implemented step by step. So Brussels will implement different solutions and would like to boost the development of PED in one of the districts in the northern part, together with other ongoing projects. So the launch of the pilot project will be soon, I guess, and this will help to reach the city's ambition by 2050. Then Paloma Bosman presented on behalf of the city of Zaragoza in Spain. They have also, they will also replicate some of these innovative solutions. And one of the goals of their work is to learn how to use public space, how to involve citizens in developing and implementing different solutions. And they would also like to give a special focus on the solar technologies because I think sun is free and you have lots of sun there, and to find some solutions on the PET. Then Gheorghe Aksinte from the city of Botoșani, Romania, presented the replication plan of their city. They would like to focus more on district heating flexibility and to monitor and to forecast energy consumptions because of the higher demand of energy. And that's why they would also like to bring from response the technologies that we propose in order to modernize this infrastructure and also to increase the energy efficiency. Then Soritis Giovannis from the city of Ptolemaida in Greece presented their ambition, their plan, and they would like to promote renewable energy usage more in these cities, and also to capture some of the smart city solutions that are being implemented in Dijon and Turku. And of course, the city is coal dependent, so they would like to also move from the coal. That's why reduction of CO2 emission is one of their goals. Then Desislava Koleva from the city of Gavrovo, Bulgaria, presented their innovative plans and ideas. And they would also like to simulate some of these solutions, especially to integrate the renewable energy sources in their energy mix. And one of the other important things is the electric vehicle infrastructure improvement, so that the charging stations are being deployed in the cities. Then Tetiana Biloborodova from Sovedonetsk, excuse me if I pronounce it wrong, from Ukraine, she presented how response could help to reach their bold vision 2050. And they're focusing on the students because this is a very student intensive city, I guess. Lots of students are there. So they would like to attract students to feel how the sustainability, smart city technologies can be implemented and to make them more aware regarding energy consumptions. And also to understand the citizens' visions in positive energy in different cities. And I am very much grateful to all the speakers who has given their presentations and took time to prepare it. A special thanks also to the attendees those who have asked some questions, or if you have more questions, you could definitely feel free to ask. You can ask now if you want, if you have any question to me or to David as a project coordinator. Or our city representatives, they will be glad to answer your question.
Thank you, Major. Sorry, actually there is one question for Ptolemaida from Androniki. What is your plan to achieve the transition you mentioned, but ensuring people will maintain their jobs? Have you also considered the health impacts, such as improving quality of life, etc.?
Yeah, can I answer that?
Sure.
The change in a productive and economical model really is a big challenge. We're waiting the support of the central government that will be announcing the investment incentives for new investment schemes in the first or in the beginning of 2022, and after that will be focus in the change in economical model and what is the the main target about the new jobs, to product new kind of jobs for the local people.
Thank you, Styris.
Thank you.
So perhaps we are closing. If there are no other questions, we can close the webinar here. Thank you very much to all of you, to our city representative, and to our project coordinator, and also to all the participants. We will share the recording of the webinar in our YouTube channel of Response Project. And thank you very much to all.